let's get right into this. This is my first competition as a blue belt. My opponent is another wrestler as well. At least I'm assuming that based on the pace he was setting, his grip fighting and stuff. He was definitely pretty strong on his feet. And if you're new to the channel, I wrestled in high school for 3 years. I just got my blue belt in December, and I've competed at intermediate before, but this is my first competition at blue belt as a blue belt. Here I get into this standing guillotine. I went for this a couple times in this tournament. Not something that I do in training, so I'm not really sure why. We're in this wizard dogfight position, and I hip into him to get that leg out and then throw over that leg for the guillotine. It's not tight. I know it's not tight. He actually gave his coach a thumbs up when he was in here, so I knew that the choke wasn't on, so my left hand here looks for that underhook so I can go get to the single leg. I stand up with it. I try to trip, but I go to the lift instead. When we landed on the mat, I actually didn't do anything for a second because I was worried that the ref was going to call that for a slam. I think, it was in control. There was nothing, excessive about that. But I do worry about those positions sometimes. I would hate to get disqualified for something stupid like that. Real quick, just a reminder to like and subscribe. I got big plans for this channel, and I'm trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the year, and your support is greatly appreciated. And this is my first ever super duck in competition. If you don't want to call that a super duck, that's fine. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of that one. Not gonna lie. I end up on his back. I look for this gift wrap. That's 2 points for the takedown, and he bases right to his knees. This happened a lot today. I'm kind of used to my opponent being more content on their backs, but going up right to their knees, it's more of like a wrestling defense, something to get used to at the blue belt level. And right here, this is the story of my tournament. I got my right leg in here, but I'm not able to get my left foot in. You don't get points in jiu-jitsu until both of your hooks are in. So right now, I haven't scored any points, but I was in such good position to score. And now we're back on his back, and my right hand here hangs out too long. He's able to get in the Kimura. And I want to stay in his guard here. I can settle my weight back and break that Kimura grip as long as I'm in his half guard. But his left leg comes around my body, and that's when it's easy for him to sweep me. We lose the camera angle, but he swept me there. Gets 2 points, we go out of bounds. Same thing as before, I get the underhook to hit the single leg, and then I look for a sucker drag. This time I have no hooks in. I got, full back exposure, but no hooks. Bad timing on my part. He gets to his single leg, throws in his far hook, and he's so far back on my hips here that whizzer I have is pretty much useless, so I have to let go of it. He's doing a great job with riding his leg riding, controlling my hips, getting his hips up in the air like that, and he gets his other hook in for the 4 points, and the crowd goes wild. All I needed to do was not let him get that hook in. He gets this body lock, but I'm actually able to get out of it. There's really short time here. There's like 5 seconds left. I know I need to get a takedown. I know I can take him down, but with 3 seconds left on the clock, we run out of time, and I lose my first match. And here we go into my second match. This was an interesting one. In the grip fighting, like he used his knee to break my grip there. I felt a lot stronger than him. It almost felt like he was kind of messing with me, like setting me up to, sneakily attack and time things right. But yeah, in the tie-ups on our feet, I felt really dominant against this guy. I get double underhooks, go to a high crotch, and switch to a double for the takedown. I end up in his full guard. I got thumbs in the armpit. I'm going to go to a log splitter here, so I get my knee in his crotch, and I'm going to try to break open the guard that way. And when I do, he's going to go for this scissor sweep right there. I get my leg out. I'm thinking I'm just going to drive him over in like this cradle position into half guard, but we end up right where we started. So if it ain't broken, don't fix it. I go to the log splitter again. I know that scissor sweep is coming. So I grab his leg, try to make this angle, and look for a leg attack. I'm not pinched, totally above his knee line, but we're both in equally good position to score here. I gave him my leg, and that's what I really shouldn't have done. In that position, it's just a matter of, oh, the sad music. It's just a matter of who's better at leg locks, and the answer was him. So that was pretty frustrating. I know that I was better than that guy. The better guy doesn't always win, and that's evidence of it right there. It's jiu-jitsu. It's all good. And now, third match. This is a round robin, so I lose twice, but I still, I'm guaranteed 4 matches, which is great. I had a great snap down there, but I didn't circle my feet, so he gets in on a single leg, and I have to sit the corner. And kind of similar to before, I got this cradle position to put my head in the hip, drive him over. Not fully to side control, but I'm out of that single leg position. Again, I go for the standing guillotine. Why? I really don't know. He's able to lock his hands, and if it wasn't for this chin whip, he could have very well taken me down there. I'm trying to get to his back, but he sits on his butt instead, so I find the underhook. I'm looking to knee slice by. Now he gets the underhook, and we're back in this front headlock. Now I finally do get to his back. I get my backhand around his tricep, and my one foot is in there. And will that haunt me again? I'm trying to get my left foot in. Not totally able to do it. He's blocking it with his hand, but when he does that, he allows me to... It's easier for me to trap that hand with my foot. And so with his left hand trapped with my left foot and his right hand trapped by my left hand, he has nothing to defend his neck. So the choke is on right now. I got the rear naked choke. He's going to eventually get his left hand back, but that choke is already on. Just slow, steady squeeze. He taps, and I get to redeem myself after going 0-2 in my first 2 matches. So this is the 3rd place match. Both me and this guy were 1-2. So the winner of this gets 3rd. Who better than the guy who I felt I really should have beaten in my first match? So after a whole lot of nothing, the ref stops it, and he gives us both a stall warning. That's a jiu-jitsu special. You almost never see that in wrestling, but it happens in jiu-jitsu pretty often. My mindset here was I'm winning at all costs. No BS looking for leg entries. I'm not here to learn. In this match, I'm like, I'm doing whatever I have to do to win. I fake high and go low, and when I fake high, he actually blinks, and that's what enables me to get into this double leg. And he's got this guillotine from half guard. Guillotines are pretty hard to finish there, but you definitely can. I never really felt the threat of the choke there. I'm just being patient, letting him gas his arms out. I know that I'm in the better position, even though he has control of my head. I'm just putting pressure. I'm going to step my leg over his knee. My left knee now needs to come up for the knee slice. I'm slowly inching my way there. Left-handed underhook. Use my opposite foot to free that leg that's stuck. And no guard pass still. He comes to his knees, like everyone has been in this competition. And now I look to take the back. I'm behind him for a second, and I'm saying, none of this. We're bringing this to the mat. I get one hook in, and I'm not interested in this one hook battle when I'm on the mat, that weak part of my game that has been exposed during this competition. So if he wants to remain chest down, that's fine. I'm just going to wait, find the right opportunity to get that hook in. I see some space. I throw it in, and the ref gives me 4 points for the back take. I'm looking for the rear naked choke, and now I only have one hook in. You'll see it here. I'll get my right foot across his hip, which is good control, but I just wasn't activating my legs when I had someone's back. Like right here, see, it's a kind of a modified body triangle of sorts, but my right foot just slowly falls off his hip. What is that? It's so bad. So that is definitely a point of improvement, a big takeaway for me from this competition. I have the gift wrap and an underhook, pretty dominant position here, and I get into mount. The ref actually didn't give me points for this, so we're still going to put it up here on the YouTube scoreboard. We're up 10-0. Still here in mount. There's short time here. I look for a go behind, and he gets his hands locked, but I have this whizzer, and I'm able to get that foot to the mat, and we're back in neutral. Short time here. I go for the Russian tie snap just for fun. Probably not the best decision in a match where I'm telling you guys that I'm dead set on winning. And again, He goes for a guillotine. Don't really feel too threatened, and the match ends. So overall, successful day. 2-2. I learned a ton. You know, my first ever competition as a blue belt, 3rd place. I'll take it, even though I look incredibly sad right here. Major takeaways: riding legs. We've already explained it in this video. And just avoid bad positions. Like, I just put myself into a leg entry when I'm a wrestler. Like, why would I do that? You know, there's an argument to be made that learning is more important than winning in these situations, and I think there's a balance for both. And the last takeaway is to just enjoy grappling. It doesn't have to be that serious. Everyone who says they want to compete, I push them to. I think it's a really positive experience. You lose, you win, that's life. It's really not that big a deal. It's just about having fun and getting better, and every time you compete, that's what happens. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.